Welcome and thank you for joining me for this YouTube workout. Today we are doing a beginner reformer strength and mobility workout. This is part of our series. This is workout number 4. So again, we're going to progress a little bit. We're going to add some different variations in, maybe take a couple out that we've been doing so that we can progress. I'm going to begin with footwork, and I want you to put your foot bar up, make sure it's secure, and I'm using 3 red or 3 heavy springs. And we're going to come onto the carriage here on our back. And I'm going to start with our first footwork position, which is a V with your feet. So toes apart, heels together. On the balls of your feet on the bar, relax your shoulders. Take a deep breath in for me through the nose. Then exhale like you're blowing through a straw. Let's inhale again. And as you exhale, I want you to press the carriage out and return. Now, as you know from our last few workouts together, footwork is a great way to get your body warmed up. It's also a really good way to prepare you mentally and physically for what we're about to do. I love doing footwork because it helps me get into the groove. My brain knows, all right, I'm ready to do my Pilates work. This is going to help me get prepared. It's a gateway to the rest of our workout. Let's press out, stretching the knees, and then as you return, you want to come close to the end, close to the stopper, but not hit it. And let's just do 2 more here, stretching and returning, and 1 more. Now come on in, and we just change our foot position. We bring our legs together, feet together, wrap your toes over the bar for toes wrapped. Press out and in when you're ready. Again, we exhale out. Inhale to return. Focus here on the breath for a few reps for me. Really finding the connection between the breath and the movement. They should go together like peanut butter and jelly. Let's go a couple more times. And come on in. Let's switch our feet again. We're going to put our heels on the bar. Your legs are still together. Arms are relaxed down by your side. Your sacrum, that bone between the 2 glutes, is nice and heavy on the carriage. When you're ready, press out and in. Pressing away and returning. That's it. Let's focus on where you're pressing on your foot now. Your heels are on the bar, and I want you to think about pushing right into the center of the heel. That will help make sure that you're not rotating your foot in or out. Working on the muscles in the feet. It is called footwork after all. 2 more. And return. Now we go into what I learned as high half toe. So tiptoes. You're at the end of the ball of the foot. Your heels are lifted. Legs are still together. And you exhale out and inhale, return. Keep that breath flowing again as you go out and in. Getting a good stretch at the knees. I think about putting the brakes on as I fully extend the knees so that they're not popping or snapping at the end. And that helps control the movement. Focus on that breath. Exhale. Inhale to return. 1 more, and we're going to stay out here this time. So legs are straight. Knees will not bend on this next part. You will lower your heels under by flexing your foot, and then lift back up. Exhale as the heel goes under. Inhale to rise it back up. Exhale under. Inhale, lift. Exhale. And inhale. Keep the breath flowing. And what I want you to focus on is where the weight is on the ball of the foot. So we want to keep it on the center of the ball of the foot, just like we did with the heel. And we kept it in the center of the heel. Again, this prevents us from kind of moving the foot into a position we don't want it in. We want it to be parallel. We want to work through the center of the calf muscles. Are they talking to you yet? 2 more. And 1 more. Now with the heels lifted, bend your knees to return. Then take your heels on the bar on the outsides into our second position, turned out wide. Press. And we're back to our exhale out, inhale, return. Focusing on keeping that sacrum, the tailbone, heavy on the carriage. Last few here. And then we come in. And once again today, we're going to do a 100 start. We're going to practice the hundreds, which is a Pilates staple exercise. But we're going to do what we call the 100 start. What I would like you to do is stay down on the carriage for a second with your upper body and head and keep your legs into tabletop position here. Breathe in. And then as you exhale, you're going to lift your chest, drop your eye gaze down as your head comes up, and float your arms. Immediately, if you start to feel it's already too much in the neck or any time in this series, just take your hands and support your head. Come back down onto the mat. Let's do it again. Exhale up. Now stay there and inhale. And then I want you to exhale to reach the legs out, bend the knees back in, and then lower back down. Let's do it again. We come up on our exhale. We can inhale, reach the legs away. Exhale, bend them back in. Inhale, lower down. Exhale to come up. Inhale, reach the legs out. Now, if this is too much for you, increasing that lever position, just stay at the top. Stay in this tabletop position. And if this is too much for you, and you're feeling your hip flexors screaming, then just put your feet back down on the foot bar and just do the upper body work. And let's breathe. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And release down. Again, up and stretch. Come in and down. Last time, come up. Stretch the legs away. Bring them in and lower down. Beautiful. Let's change our resistance here. I'm going to go to 2 red or 2 heavy springs, and we're going to come back down onto the carriage for feet and straps. I take the straps and place them onto my feet, one at a time. I bring my legs into a tabletop position, like so. Find that. And then we do the bend and stretch we just did. Press away and return. Exhale as you press out. Inhale as you return the carriage. Just keep the breath flowing. And what I'd like you to think about is the movement of the legs without moving anything else. So that tailbone, the bone between your 2 glutes, stays heavy on the carriage. And we press out and come in. I point my toes as I reach the legs away, and I flex my feet as I come back in. If you can do that, do that. If not, not a big deal. Reach and return. 2 more. And 1 more. We're going to hold this one out there so your legs are straight. Fold at the hip joint to bring the legs up toward the ceiling, and then pull from the seat to bring them back down. The reason I say that is I want your focus to be on the hip joint. I don't want your focus to be on the feet, on the straps. I want you to think of pulling the leg down from behind the seat, right where the hamstring attaches. Exhale, pull. And then allow it to lift. So you're in control throughout the full range of movement. And 2 more. And 1 more. We're going to change this. So we're going to bring the legs up. And then you're going to open them and circle them around and away. So it's like a half moon. Come up, and the legs mirror each other. They go out, around, and they come together away. They're called leg circles. Circle around. So we come up, and then we start our circle out and around. One leg does half the circle, the other leg does the other half of circle. Around. 2 more. Tailbone never leaves the carriage. Remember, you're moving at the hip joint, not at the pelvis. Then we return the other way. Open out and around. When they come together, pull down. Inhale as they come around together. Exhale down. Around and down. It doesn't have to be a big circle. It just has to be controlled. 2 more. And 1 more. Beautiful. Let's bend your knees. We're going to take the straps into your hands now. So one at a time, take them off your feet. Find the foot bar. Put them in your hands and then scoot down a little ways from the carriage. Now, we've done this series before. We're going to add a little bit to it, though. It's going to make it a lot harder. We're going to start with pulling down. So arms are reaching up, legs are tabletop. We pull the arms toward the carriage. They don't have to go all the way down. They can hover like where you were with the hundreds. And then lift back up. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. And lower and lift. Now let's add. So as you pull the arms down, you're going to lift your chest like we did in the 100 start. And then lower back down. If it's too much on your neck, just do the arms. Keep the torso down. 3 more. Exhaling up. Slow and controlled. 2 more. Curl up. And down. And 1 more. And down. Open the arms to the side. Airplane. You pull to your hips and you open them back out. Pull. And open. 1 more like that. Pull. Now we add the upper body. Curl up as you pull. Doesn't that feel great? And again, exhale, curl up. We got it. Again, pulling the arms toward the hips, lifting the chest. Last 2. Lift. Last 1. Pull. And return. Okay, let's come up. And we're going to change our resistance to 1 red or 1 heavy for our back rowing. Got to do my favorite posture exercise, which is open elbows. You can have your legs on the outside of the shoulder rest. Traditionally, they're on the inside. So choose what you want to do. When I put mine on the inside, I have to cross them because they don't fit. You might find the same. Sit up tall. Open out and come back. Reach the elbows wide, bringing them back, and come forward. Remember, if you're unable to sit tall in this position, you can always sit up on a box. Put your long box on the reformer and straddle it, putting your feet on the carriage. Open. Sometimes that helps to get that long, lengthened spine position. And we can inhale as you open. And exhale, close. Open. And close. 2 more. And 1 more. And come back. Now I'm going to take the straps in my hands. We've done the plow, which is pulling straight back. Today we're going to do the airplane, which is lifting the arms about 45 degrees. So not shoulder height, not all the way down, right in the middle. And then press back. We're hitting a different part of the upper back. Still getting the rear delts, the back of the shoulder. Pull. Try to keep the arms parallel to the floor. So they're not going to droop down or lift up. They go on that same line, back and forward. Sliding the shoulder blades together as you pull the arms out to the side. And then returning for 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. Now let's mobilize the spine. I want you to make sure that you've got room behind you because we're going to tilt the pelvis back. So about a hand's width distance. Grab a strap in each hand, breathe in. exhale, we sink into a C curve, rolling the hips back and pulling the hands toward the chest. That's all we're doing today. We're going to sit back up, nice and tall, relaxing the arms. Exhale, rolling back, pulling the hands in. Inhale, come on back up. Let's do it again. Pulling and sinking, bringing the ribs and hips close together in front, and then lengthening that spine, coming right up on top of the sit bones. Exhale back. Inhale, up. I like looking forward the whole time. It actually helps put my head in the proper position. And up. 3 more. And 2 more. And 1 more. And up. Beautiful. All right, now, let's put the straps aside so we're not pulling the carriage out while we get in position, and turn and face the side. We're going to cross our legs like so, sitting tall here. Grab the front strap, put your arms in a circle, hold the strap, and then turn the ribs. Get a little rotation here. Turn and return. And again. And again. Notice that my ribs are turning. I want yours to as well. Your hands are coming along for the ride. You're not pulling with your arms, you're pulling with your obliques. Last one. And back. You're just going to hold the strap in the opposite hand and you're going to lift that elbow and bring it down. Just lift it. That's it. The arm stays pretty close to your body. We're pulling up. Getting ready for more action in the workouts to come. 2 more, sitting tall. 1 more. Beautiful. Let's do that same thing on the other side. So spin around. Grab the front strap, arms are a circle, and you rotate and return. Exhale, turn. Inhale, come back. That's it. Think of spiraling up as you turn. So the spine stays long. It doesn't start to shrink down. That's it. And 2 more. 1 more. And back. All right, grab the strap in the opposite hand, the outside hand, and just pull that elbow out and return. Pull the elbow out so the palm stays facing you and just crosses through in front of the belly and then back. 3 more. Nothing else should move but that arm. 1 more. And back. Beautiful. All right. Now we're going to add. So we're going to come and take the foot bar and we're going to bring it down here. We're going to come onto our knees and I'm going to keep one heavy spring on. I'm going to put my knees apart a little bit. Actually, let's keep them together today. Let's keep them together today. And put your knees in about the center of the carriage. My feet are between the shoulder rests. And I'm going to find my kneeling plank here, like so. I want a long line from my head to my knees. Then I'm going to press back a little bit and come forward, just until my shoulders are above my hands. It is a variation on an exercise we do called the long stretch, which is done from a full plank and on the foot bar. This is a nice prep for it because it gets you working. Now, if it doesn't work for you to go back and forward, just hold the plank and breathe. You don't have to move it. Just hold it right here. Let's do 3 more, though, if you're moving. If you're not, you're just breathing. And 2. And abs are pulled in to keep it out of that lower back. And come forward. Now, let's take your feet in front of the shoulder rests. We're going to keep our hands on the platform again and round the spine. So you're in kind of a cat position. You're going to start to lengthen your spine, and that will begin moving the carriage out. And then you're going to push back. Remember, we practiced this. It's a down stretch prep. So it's kind of like cobra or swan dive in Pilates. And then just bring everything back under and find a C curve. Let's do it again. Lengthen the spine and then press the carriage out, lifting the chest. The hips will lower. Come back in, flexing everything back to the start. Just inhale here as you're going into the extension. Pull the shoulders back. Float the head up. Pull the abs in even though you're sticking your hips down. And then curl, knees under, tailbone under, drop your head. One more. Spine. And then legs. And coming back in. Beautiful. Now, let's reach over. You can use the foot bar or you can use the corner of the reformer frame and do a shell to the side. So hands on one corner, hips off to the opposite side. Your head drops between your arms. We switch. Hands go over to the other corner. Hips go off the other side. Your head still goes between your arms. And come back to the center. We're going to bring this foot bar back up. And we're going to finish with a little mobility for the hips. I'm going to go one red and one blue. I'm doing a standing lunge. My foot is on the floor on the outside near the front of the reformer. My other foot is against the shoulder rest. Let's sink down in this position so you hit this deep lunge and then push back with both feet. Come forward and up. We're going to do that one more time. It feels so good on the hip flexors. Sink. And then push back. Think of pushing with your feet, not your hands. Bend and rise up. Beautiful. Let's go over to the other side. Foot against the shoulder rest. Front foot right near the front leg of the reformer. Sink into your deep lunge. Now push back. Feet pushing apart. Come forward with your hip low. And then rise up. Doesn't that feel great? Let's do it one more time. Sink. Press your feet away from each other. Just use your hands for support on that bar. Now with your hip low, bend your front knee and come back in. And then rise up to finish. We did it. Thank you for joining me for workout number 4 of our Beginner Reformer Strength and Mobility series. I look forward to seeing you again next time. And guys, hit that like button if you liked it. And remember to subscribe to our channel so you get to see when all of our new workouts come out. Thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you again next time. If you're looking to level up your Pilates practice, whether you're just starting out or you're a seasoned pro, John Gary TV has something for you. And without any ads or interruptions. Join our community and access thousands of Pilates workouts designed to fit your schedule and your skill level. Our expert team of instructors is ready to take your Pilates practice to the next level. On John Gary TV, we believe Pilates should be accessible, effective, and fun. So whether you're working on strength, mobility, or just want to feel good, we've got you covered. Ready to get started? Subscribe today and get a 2-week free trial. Click the link above and let's reform your workout routine together.